What's up, Failroaders? I'm Joshua Thomas, and you're watching Pixelated Failroad. We are going to have an initial thoughts video today, and we are talking about Ghosts of Tsushima. Actually, I think it's Ghost of Tsushima. Singular, not plural. Anyway, Ghost of Tsushima just came out a couple weeks ago, and it is, you're playing as a samurai, and you have to basically take back the island of Tsushima from the Mongol invasion. And it's definitely, so far they're doing a good job. I'm several hours of gameplay into the game, which, when you see the size of this game, it is absolutely huge. So let's take a look at some of the shots here. First off, the imagery is absolutely stunning. Starting off here, and I think it's called the Golden Forest, and one thing I really like about this game is that it tries to make it feel like it's not a video game a lot of the time. And what I mean by that is you don't have some kind of compass floating over your head, or you don't have arrows pointing you in the right direction. What you've got is the wind. So this is a very Japanese feeling game as well. So the wind blows in the direction that of the target that you want to get to. So you select one on your map. You can use the motion pad swiping up to make gusts of wind to get you where you want to go. And then people describe this like it's Assassin's Creed. I would also say a more modern thing is also Horizon Zero Dawn. I most recently played that, and this reminds me a lot of Horizon Zero Dawn. So if you like that gameplay, you're going to love this. It's open world just like both of those different franchises. And yeah, you definitely get the feeling of that bow combat from Horizon Zero Dawn, but also the stealth and close combat of Assassin's Creed. Speaking of the difference between stealth combat and the honorable samurai way, you can choose between those two different forms of combat and even kind of customize your character based on how you want him to, maybe suits your best interests as far as the way you like to play the game. So you can try and be stealthy all the time, and there are so many different options as far as that. But then there's also the honorable samurai way, which you see here, which is, facing your enemy eye to eye and defeating them in fair combat. And you'll see here that we have a showdown, and then I use the bow to kill a lot of the enemies. And this is satisfying combat as well. And what I mean by that is if you die, you kind of understand what you did wrong. Usually it's because you just went in swinging your sword wildly, hoping that your hits would connect, and that's not going to happen. But that's the honorable way of the samurai. And then you'll see here, using stealth can also be to your great advantage. And a part of the storyline here, without going into spoilers, is that he's having to go against his tradition and against the way that his family has taught him for generation upon generation, that, when you kill someone, you look them in the eyes, you don't stab them from the shadows. So he understands that in order to defeat the Mongols, he has to adopt new tactics that the Mongols will not expect. But the Assassin's way and the Samurai way, they're both fun. You're going to encounter situations where, maybe going in facing them face to face is the better option. Maybe there's not really an option to sneak up on your enemy in that way. But then you're going to find situations where you're like, stealth might be the best option. Once again, though, there's enough customization in the combat system where you can customize it to your liking, whether you want to be the sneaky assassin or the honorable samurai. The acting, it's okay. It's kind of one of those mellow kind of things where everyone's always a little serious, but it's also partly that way because this is just an intense situation for this entire island. Women and children are being slaughtered, people are being betrayed, stabbed in the back, not just by you, by others, and it goes deep into the thought of betrayal and what it means to be honorable, and you're avenging a lot of deaths in this game. But such a fun game. The item system that they have, so far I'm enjoying it. Trying to collect the resources that I need to upgrade my items, to get new, basically, looks for my items. But yeah, the way in which you find items, the way in which you level up your character, so to speak. Your character doesn't really have levels, but he just increases in abilities, reputation, the number of items he has, and his skills. But anyway, just the overall feel of the game and the storyline of the game is intense. It's very serious. It's tragic too. Like I said, you're talking about having to avenge the deaths of women and children and people who just can't defend themselves against these mangy Mongols. And so you're fighting against not Genghis Khan, but one of the grandson of Genghis Khan, I believe it is. And so far, I've got to say that I'm enjoying this game. I don't know how long it's going to take me to beat the game. Their island is broken up into 3 different sections, and I'm still just in that first section. It's probably the largest section as well, but it's huge. Partly because your main mode of travel is horseback and on foot. It makes it seem larger than it really is, but nevertheless, you could spend hours just wandering around, switching into camera mode and just taking beautiful shots. This could be a photography simulator, and you would go around having a lot of fun, but just still throw in some of that sword combat. Once again, combat's very rewarding. You can't just go in mashing buttons. I've had situations where I've been able to take on 8 or 10 foes with no problem, and then I stumble upon 3 random soldiers and go in way too headstrong, thinking, oh, I just defeated 8 people, these 3 will be no problem, I'm dead. So yeah, this game definitely rewards you for good gameplay and punishes you for making bad mistakes. But boss fights are also fun and intense as well. I've gotten into a couple of them. You can see them here. So this is one of those situations where you've definitely got to study your enemy's moves and defeat them. So yeah, my initial thoughts of Ghost of Tsushima, I gave it 2 thumbs up. I'm really enjoying it, and this is right up there with Horizon Zero Dawn for me, and Final Fantasy VII. So, hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to like and subscribe to check out more Pixelated Failroad. We've also got board game videos, and you'll be seeing more board game and video game videos coming out soon. Thanks for watching. Check you next time.